thoughtful, hardworking woman, and also my sister. I remember when she was growing up, she watched the movie Spice World 20 times and asked to be the sixth member, Jenna Spice. I mean, this is a girl who has listened to the later Backstreet Boy albums. And Matthew, he's unlocked all 74 characters in the new Super Smash Brothers game and still has the Instagram name Backdaddy. I may be officiating, but these two are the experts on commitment. Yes, many of you will get drunk and awkwardly dance to Pharrell later tonight. But before that wonderful spectacle, I want everyone here to clear their thoughts and appreciate this moment. We so often forget to just live in the moment nowadays. So let's do that for just a sec. Forget the music. It is a meaningful and wonderful time for these two, but it also is for all of us. It is rare that we are fortunate to bear witness to this beautiful next phase of two people so madly in love who share so much in common, which is why this wedding is taking place inside a brewery. In a few minutes, Jenna Colan will become Miss Jenna Baccarella as she and Matthew exchange vows and a few extra vowels. This is great. Jenna spent years preparing to have an Italian last name. Why else would she work at the Olive Garden? And I am sure their love will be as never-ending as those breadsticks. Let us talk about their love for a moment, as much as I could talk about those breadsticks. You often hear about love at first sight, but their story is a little different. They knew each other for years, first meeting when Jenna's parents had the brilliant idea of leaving the Florida sunshine for northeastern Pennsylvania. They went to high school together but barely knew each other. They became friends afterwards, but their love would have to wait. But hey, he's a pharmacist. He's used to having patients. A few years passed and they ended up in other relationships we won't get into and remained friends. But then it became clear there were feelings that neither could deny, that a lot of the people here were already aware of. We can have hopes and aspirations for the people we care about, but it's ultimately on them to take that next leap. Jenna had to realize for herself that Matt was her fire, her one desire. And luckily, it wasn't too late for her to have it that way. She used to know the choreography. Jenna and Matthew aren't just good people, but they make each other better. If life is a video game, then you are each other's cheat code that makes it possible to win. They are happy together and genuinely happy for each other. A strong relationship isn't just one where you enjoy the time you spend with the other person, but one where you discover how deeply affected you are by them in those times that you're apart, how much that person shapes who you become and who you are. Jenna and Matt are the best versions of themselves that they can be, living the fullest lives that they can because their shared love allows them to. The second they're away from each other, they look forward to reuniting at the end of the day. This wedding, this marriage, is just a reminder of the bond you share and how deeply you two are and will continue to be connected to each other. Or as the Spice Girls once said, tonight is the night when two become one. Thank you so much. And now we will have the exchanging of the vows. Jenna, you will go first.
Whip it out.
Yes, girl.
All right, showtime. All right, Matt. You were 16 years old when I first met you. We became fast friends through late night food runs to McDonald's, where we would just hang out in the parking lot and talk about anything and everything. I didn't say it at the time, but I was loving it. And those talks were not limited to dating advice from crushes to serious relationships. We've seen each other at our lowest lows, and in those times we became one of my best friends. A couple of years down the road, after what felt like forever, we decided to take our friendship to the next level. And now there's just not enough time to be with you. After just 3 months into dating, I knew that one day we'd be standing right here. You are my everything, and my life is better because you are in it. You are smart. You are loyal, and I appreciate that. And I want to spend, that's from DJ Khaled, and I want to spend I cherish you with the relationship we built together. A relationship where the love language is sarcasm. We kiss as often as we roll our eyes, and we say babe as often as we say asshole. But that's just because we love each other. Our biggest trust issue is from wondering if you've started a Netflix documentary without me, yet again, or if I've eaten any of your ice cream before bringing it home, which I always do. We're at over 5 years, we barely fight, and when we do, it's never lasted more than 30 minutes, like the time my phone was on the counter the whole time. Or I fell in love with my best friend. I just hope that for the rest of our lives, I make you feel just a percentage of how loved you make me feel every single day, and you know I know how percentages work. And to show how much I love you, I will promise you the following. I vow to always try and keep the romance alive with romantic gestures, no matter how big or small, because I want to show you I love you just as often as I tell you. I vow to try and say sorry more. I vow to try and not look to the past, but to keep looking forward. And lastly, but maybe most importantly, I vow to one day let you get a dog.
You heard it here.
To end my vows, I want to end with a quote. I want to paraphrase what a great man has once said. Love who you're with, and be with who you love.
All right, those are the sweetest vows to have the word asshole in it. Matthew?
All right. I don't know if I can follow that up. I'll try. Jenna, I'm still in awe that from today forward, I have the privilege of calling you my wife. Although you may say that I have the emotional range of a toothpick, I can assure you that I am unbelievably happy in this moment. Interestingly enough, I think that the most important thing to me is what you have been to me before today and what you will continue to be in the future, my best friend. This may sound cliche, but you really are the whole package. Loving, absolutely beautiful, and this is the only time I'll ever admit this in public, but you are kind of funny.
I'm not just kind of
And always manage to make me laugh.
because I'm funny.
To quote the great minds of both DJ Khaled and Jenna, girl, you smart. You loyal. I appreciate it.
I did it first.
I vow to always keep these promises to you. I promise to always be by your side when you need me. I will always continue to support you and to admire your unyielding drive to work the hardest you can at everything you do. I promise to always love you in sickness and in health, and in those times that you are sick, I will always bring you home yellow Gatorade and chicken noodle soup. I promise to always be honest with you, even if it means when I go into hot tub with a bunch of dudes without you, because I know it will get me in trouble, which I'll make up to you during the honeymoon. I promise to cherish every single day I spend with you. Whether it's deciding whose turn it is to watch the next show on Netflix, going on one of our amazing date nights, or if it's today, which I'm sure will be the best day of my life. I promise to be better with taking out the trash. However, I cannot promise to go dumpster diving. I will admit that this was mostly my fault, but seriously, who leaves a bag of
It
wedding
was on the
accessories
other side of the room.
I promise to grow old with you and to continue to grow as a person as you teach me to better myself. And lastly, as I practically say in every love note I ever have written you, I promise to always try my best to make you a fraction as happy as you make me. Your happiness is the most precious thing to me, and I will never stop loving you. As you said before, we are couples goals. Thank you for making me whole.
Ryan?
Okay. That was beautiful. Now let us have the exchange of the rings. Okay, Matthew, I want you to say first. Matthew, do you take Jenna to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her for better or for worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to only her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Jenna, do you take Matthew to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? She wrote this, I'm reading it.
It's
Do you
2019,
promise-
it's fine.
Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to only him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
That is with my greatest pleasure, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Matthew, you may kiss the bride.